Everybody, how you doing? I'm Peggy D. Of course, you know who I am. I'm Peggy D in the house. Oh my God, this is so much going on. President Trump is the president. I'm so excited. We are going into the golden age, as he said. And there's so much going on, so much happening. Oh my God, the inauguration. I have been just so busy doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I have a lot to talk about. Not today. I'm just going to have to do it in pieces because Trump has over 200 executive actions that he's signing into law. So we want to talk about those things. We want to talk about what's happening with UBC TV, with some stuff happening with my network and some things I have to talk about. I just did my first NCAA college broadcast. I haven't did in a long time. So I'm getting back into the sports thing. And we did a battle of the bands and all that kind of stuff, all the good stuff happening. My company is expanding as a network, as a new media network, and as a news entity. In 2025, I'm taking everything to the next level. So anyway, but nevertheless, let's get back to what's going on with this stuff. Oh my God, it is so much going on. So let's talk about DEI, since that's right in front of us right now. So that's something that the Democrats and the liberals are crying their asses off. They want, what President Trump is doing. He has to first disengage us from this legacy slave system that we have. In order for him to create and his people to create something new, we have to clean up. He has to literally dismantle the deep state apparatus. A lot of us have gotten very comfortable with being slaves. And I'm not talking about black or white. I'm just talking about enslaved mentally, enslaved physically, enslaved financially, enslaved psychologically. We've gotten so used to being enslaved by the system that we depend upon it for handouts. What he's doing is shutting it down. And so let's talk. I'll have a couple more conversations about DEI because it's so broad. And I have to bring up race because it's about race. So it is about that. Racism does exist. Unfortunately, it does. But, it's been created. What Democrats and the deep state, I would say deep state has done, because the Democrats are just their little minions. They've created a system that has created inequity and hate, based upon hate. And then they come in and they bring the solution. So their solution for creating the problem in the first place is like, okay, women and black people, you've been discriminated against, so you need to have help. Now, Trump just rescinded the 1965, equal opportunity. I don't know what it is. I don't use that stuff, first of all. I've never benefited from that. But at the time, in 1965, I think that was needed because we had the civil rights era and all that kind of stuff was happening. So there were certain things that was needed. At this point in time today, we don't need that. He can rescind it. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. I've never benefited from that or DEI. Maybe people before me have, but at this point in time, we don't really need it. And the people that's benefiting from, let's talk about DEI. DEI is in every sector there is. It is, to me, another money laundering situation. And y'all black folks will get mad at me. Listen, I've already been cursed out by some of my friends. I've been called a traitor. I have been called a lot of things. And I'm just beginning, and I don't care. I will unfriend you. I will block you. I don't care. People, you're a traitor. You're just a race hustler like Trump, and Trump is a racist. So that is the narrative that the deep state Democrats are using. Now, never mind that they've, oh God, they've just done all these horrible things. But when President Trump does things that benefits everyone, they get mad. So they're just really going crazy right now. So they're mobilizing, and well, we're going into Black History Month. And so they're going to mobilize and create things in the churches. This is why I talk about those churches, those ministers, those boulets, is the boulets and those white liberals have partnered together to create something that is like, it's all about race. It's racism. And all of Trump's policies are racist. No, what President Trump is doing is saying, listen, if you're good at what you're good at, you're going to rise anyway. For me, I have to be good at what I do. I can't go to a network or a distributor and say, oh, give me this because I'm a Black woman. Listen, they're misogynistic guys out here. I deal with it all the time as being a woman in business. This is a little boys club, but I'm in the little boys club. I'm there and I knock the door down. I have never benefited from DEI or anything like that. And you know what else they should get rid of is the minority business certification. That's a bunch of bullshit. So first of all, you have to go and give all your information for these minorities. First of all, I'm not a minority. I'm an American. You got to give all your information, and then you still have to bid for those contracts. Why not just bid for the contract in the beginning without having to be a minority? Just go, and if I'm good at what I do, I get to bid. My parents never benefited from any DEI. There wasn't anything back then. My father was a master plumber, one of the very few African-American master plumbers in the nation. My mother was a businesswoman. They didn't have any DEI. They were just good at what they were good at. And that was what I do. And a lot of people, I have friends that we're just good at what we do. We don't benefit from anything. So I don't know anybody that's benefited from DEI but the Black boulets who are getting their little monies and stuff like that from kickbacks and things like that, and their little jobs because they're Black and they're not any good at what they do, but they're just on there making the excellence that we really need to have less than what it is. Because put the people in place that are really good, and if you're there, if it's more Black folks doing that, that's fine, because then you'll rise up. But to me, it's racism, and I don't need it. And I think I'm good he got rid of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this equity inclusion. Unfortunately, some of the sisters out here are really into that shit, and you should be. And that's too bad. That's too bad. That's too bad. Y'all can be mad at me. I don't care. I don't care. Get over it. If you need a crutch, it's a crutch. It's a crutch. It's a crutch, and it's money laundering. It's in every freaking division of business and everything. Get rid of it. If you're good at what you do, you're not worried about that shit. Really. You need help? We didn't need help back then in the Black Wall Street. There was no DEI. We were doing what we had to do. So get over it and get your ass up. Be good at what you do, and you'll rise to the top. You won't need this shit. But that's what the Democrats are going to do, and the liberals. They're going to cry racism, and that's what they're using. Their go-to thing is race. They always do this shit. It is their go-to thing is race and gender. Race and gender. I have so many things to talk about. I'll talk about the other things at another time, but I wanted to just say a little bit about that. And oh my God, there's so much to talk about. So I'll probably try to do a video once a day or once every 2 days, depending on how busy I am. But I just wanted to come in and say hi, Happy New Year. Happy Trump. For me, it's a Happy New Year. It's my new year because the beginning of the golden age is a new year. It's a new year. I mean, the real new year is in April, but January 1st was not a new year for me. Now is the new year where we start dismantling this legacy bullshit slave system and putting in something that is equitable for everyone and not just some people. So that's it. That's all I have to say right now. I have a lot other to say. I'll talk about some other stuff tomorrow, but I'll talk more about DEI. And all you Black folks that want to kick me out or disinherit me as a Black person or whatever, you can't tell me who I am. You don't control me, and you stay right over there in your little slave mentality a corner. And you white liberals, you do the fucking same, because I could care less. I could care less. Goodbye.